All right. Here we are, folks. We back. I know it took us some time. I know y'all thinking where y'all been, but we are here.
We are here.
But we are here. Lord, we are here. I'm Michelle Bloom, here with Sideline Sisters, along with my partner in crime.
Angela Courtney.
And we here to bring you. As you can see, no team is safe. It's March Madness, y'all. What they say, in like a lion, out like a lamb.
All right. All right. But before we get started, y'all, we have to recognize CD there. Excuse me. Yeah. Deanna
D-
Taurasi. She
DT.
decided she decided that she want to go ahead and retire this past week. So we got a little short tribute to that.
Oh
So
yeah.
hang for a minute
Mm-hmm.
and let's watch this. Can you play? All right, so we won't be playing it. But
Hey.
anyway, we'll get it next time. Go ahead. Let's flow on, Michelle. Let's talk about these upsets.
Oh my gosh, upset after upset after upset, y'all. When I tell you, good gracious. And I mean, again, we don't even know. I don't even know who's going to win the national championship. I don't even know who's going to be in the Final Four anymore. I don't know. Just because there has not been, I can say, a dominant team this year.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. But let's
Okay,
start with the
okay.
first one right here in the ACC. Notre
Mm-hmm.
Dame State. The guard and the forward for Florida State led the way to overcome Notre Dame's 86 to 81 win, giving Notre Dame their second loss. Senior forward Michaela Thompson had a great performance of 22 points and 17 rebounds. Junior guard Tanaya Lawson had 9 assists and 23 points. Michelle, did you happen to see that game?
I did not see that game, but I'm a fan now. Her name is out there. I'm a fan. I'm a
You should
fan
have just
now.
fan of what? Florida State
It's Florida
or the
State.
guard?
I'm a fan of Florida State.
Okay, yeah, I'm coming around. I'm coming around.
Uh-huh.
I think they might make some noise in the tournament this year. But your
Yeah.
girl, Sonya Citron, was unshakable in this match, and she finished with 21 points. Latu King had a decent game with 17 points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Olivia Miles finished only with 10 points. But if you go back and watch this game, you can just see the frustration in she was about to explode.
Oh
It
yeah.
was
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
what to do. But you know what? Florida State, I gotta commend them. They pretty much just ran the same game on them. They kind of stopped the penetration, forced Hannah and Miles to shoot from the outside, which they
Oh
lit
yeah.
their bread and butter is being able to cut and slash.
Oh
So
yeah.
you got to give it to the defense. The Florida State was just disruptive, and it frustrated the heck out of Miles and Chicago. Just threw them off their game, girl.
That's who I see kind of being a Cinderella in this ACC women's basketball tournament, which started yesterday. So they play the winner of so they play North Carolina tomorrow at 11 a.m. I kind of see
Ooh.
Florida State doing some big things, and actually, we might see Florida State
In the final.
maybe against Notre Dame because I got Notre Dame being in championship.
Okay. I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning towards NC
State,
State playing good
well,
this year.
we'll see. NC State and Florida State are in the same bracket as well as North Carolina, to where
Mm,
Duke is in the same bracket as Notre Dame. Well, that won't
we'll
be
see.
a contest to me anyway.
Duke and who?
Duke, if they survive, whoever's the winner of this Louisville and Clemson game this evening. So
Hmm.
Notre Dame will play the winner of the Cal. Virginia game tonight. I mean, on Thursday. So we shall see.
Yeah. Well, can I ask you a question then, since we talking
Okay.
basketball? What do
Mm.
you think Notre Dame needs to do to get back on track?
Notre Dame, they got to get more involvement. And I can't even say more involvement from their bigs because they don't have bigs.
Not
Koval has
nope.
been out. It's more, again, we got to get Olivia Miles more involved. Yes, she had 10 points, but she got to drop 15 or more. Citron, again, she steps up when she needs to. She had 21, Olivia had 10. It's kind of like they offset one another in scoring. When
Mhm.
one doesn't score, the other one does. But if all three, Hidalgo, Miles, and Citron can get 15 plus, they can be on that same night having a good night. I think
Right.
they'll definitely go far because it really boils down to those three. And then, like you said, Liatu.
Right.
So
Yeah. Okay.
consistency. That's all. And they start off a little rocky. I ain't gonna lie. That defense, it starts off a little rocky. I don't know what Neil Ivy says in that locker room at halftime, but they come out a different team in the second half, and they turn it
Right.
up.
Right.
So,
Well, let's talk about the next obvious loss.
ooh,
And guys, all these losses are coming from last Thursday, February the 27th.
mm,
Let's talk about Alabama beating LSU in
oh man,
overtime, 85 with their two
yes,
stars fouling out of the game.
mm, yes, that was big time, like big time,
Now,
big
did you
time.
watch that?
I saw some of it. I saw some of it. It was. I saw it up until the fourth quarter. I will say I saw it up to the fourth quarter. I was like, ooh, but is this the game they were also playing without Flage? No, Flage
No,
played in that game, but
she
she did
played in
not
it.
score. She was in single digits that night.
Yeah, I just think it was the leadership of their seniors that helped to get them over. I mean, it was, I don't know. I guess it's probably, you could say it was probably like playing in Cameron Indoor Stadium because the audience was just that into the game.
Yeah,
And here lately, LSU has just barely getting by in wins.
it,
And we're gonna talk more about that as we progress. But let's talk about which I really feel like is an upset, but it's not an upset. Number 16 Duke versus number 8 USC. Without one of their offensive weapons, I believe that made it difficult for USC to overcome Duke last week. So
USC.
yeah, they lost to Carolina. I
Oh,
mean,
USC. It sounded like you said USC.
yes, no, I'm sorry, UNC.
See,
UNC.
y'all, she so much on Juju. She done threw the USC in there. But the last contest they had, they won it in overtime. Carolina
Right.
at
But
Carolina.
they were playing in Cameron Indoor Stadium. And folks, if
Yeah.
you have never been in Cameron Indoor Stadium, it's like this is the team and this is the audience. They are right there
Okay.
front and loud. They're loud. That's
Don't be behind the
that's
student section taking the ball out of bounds either, because that's all you're gonna see. It's spear
no,
fingers.
and yes, the sound in there is crazy. But Reagan
Yeah.
Richardson rocked for senior night with 23 points.
Mm.
It was just the energy in this place, in this game. And gosh, I can't remember that girl's name, but they have one player that plays just about 30 some minutes every night. And I think it's more so for her defense because she's not an offensive threat.
Who for Duke?
Yes, I'll give you her name in a minute.
Well, I
But
know
anyway,
Fournier, she stepped up, had
yeah,
a good game.
she had a good game. She had a great game. She had a great
Reagan
game.
Richardson dropped 23 in that game. I mean, and Fournier,
That,
let me just say this, she's coming off the bench, y'all. She came off the bench, just dropped 19 for Duke.
The senior.
So
I
that
mean,
was her breakout game. That was her breakout game.
yeah, she's gonna be all right next year. If they can ever just get the combination of right people together, like Don Staley always says it. You got to find the right mix, and then you
Yes.
can be successful. All right, so we
But
know Tennessee since last Thursday have probably lost what 2 games now, 2 additional
yeah.
games.
Oh man, they got handed the L.
Okay, so this is upset number 4.
Mm.
15 Kentucky over number 11 Tennessee, 82-58. Tennessee took a beating at the hands of Georgia A. Moore and company.
Golly.
Unfortunately, Volunteers had to catch the vengeance of the loss to LSU the game before. And I think I think LSU only won by like 5 or 6 points. Tennessee has the deal, but they could not stop the offensive efforts of the Lady Wildcats.
I mean, when your starters are all in double figures, all of them at least scoring 13 or more. I think it was only one starter for Kentucky that scored single digits, but everybody else was 13. I think the highest drop was 23. So that right there alone, Kentucky was on fire.
They were.
They were on fire. I think they were 50% field goal wise.
I hated Tennessee had to catch it like that, but
Gosh.
anyway. So Tennessee got out rebounded 52-31.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, guess what they shot for free throws?
Oh gosh.
Let's take a guess.
Tennessee, I'm gonna say 63%.
Ooh, that's kind of high. They shot 50% from free throws. You can't win like that.
You cannot. You cannot. Wow. Okay.
And then you know what? I would say inside, this was probably not a bad matchup for Tennessee. Although I
Mm-hmm.
think the University of Kentucky is taller with Silva and the other girl. I mean, once they get that height, once they get those girls both working on the same level, whatever, they're gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah. He
It's
Coach
too
Kenny has taken that team to new heights. Ever since he left Virginia Tech and has gone to Kentucky,
yeah,
he's done some big things with that group right there.
yeah, and he's in the right conference too.
Oh yeah. Oh
Be
yeah.
the center. So we're moving on to Sunday,
Mm.
March the 2nd.
All right.
For a lot of these teams, this is the seniors' last games
Mm.
before they go into conference play. So you got Ole Miss versus number 7 LSU. This is the game that Flage missed due to
Mm.
shin splints, and she was not pulled by the doctor. The coach Mulkey herself said that she was going to pull her because she felt like she needed to rest. Now, rewind back because when we first started talking about this, Michelle,
Yes.
did I not tell you that these girls playing these big minutes, it's gonna come back to bite you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta get some rest. You gotta figure out a way to get them out for a breather and get them back in. And it wasn't enough. You
Right.
playing them the whole game, maybe they get 1 minute of rest and timeouts. That's it.
Yep.
They're gonna be done come tournament time, and this is what happens.
And she said Flage will not be returning until the NCAA tournament. I
Mm.
had a video for it, but I decided we'll skip it today.
There you go, folks. There you go. She said, "I need my rest, coach."
Yeah. Okay, so now I didn't talk about the main game for Sunday. Oh, excuse me. Was that Sunday night? No, it was Saturday night, right?
Yeah, USC and UCLA rematch. This was going to
Yes.
determine who took the conference title.
Right, right. It was USC, Juju and Company, in at UCLA.
Pew, pew,
So,
pew.
yeah, I would say hands down, this game was crazy. It was crazy. It was a little back and forth, but the dominance of USC was there from the beginning to the end of this game. They were
Hey,
determined that they were going to walk away. But anyway, let's kind of listen to what the coach had to say after the game.
Juniors Gabriela Hawkes and Kiki Rice, coach, and ready for an opening statement.
Yeah, thanks for all the excitement and coverage and buzz that this group in this room helped us create surrounding this game. And just really pissed off we didn't show up and do our jobs. And we credit to USC. They were tougher. And that's very tougher and more disciplined, and they did their jobs, and we weren't as tough, and we didn't do our jobs. It's pretty much like this.
he balls it up.
Nothing to do with that. And we're going to have to do some real hard looks in the mirror. It's a very weird dichotomy because on the one hand, we have a team that's lost 2 games all year, and we have a lot to still play for, and we have a lot to be proud of. And at the same time, I'm really angry. And we let each other down today. And we always say the tougher, more together, more disciplined team wins, and we didn't have their back. These 2 right here fought their butts off. And they were trying everything to bring everybody with them. And we need more people that can be counted on to do their jobs like these 2 did. Period.
Period.
Mike.
Coach was pissed. Coach was pissed. You could see it in her face. She was flustered. I mean,
Key word there, do your job.
do your job. That's it. Do your job. Show up. And you can't show up sometime. You got to show up all the time.
I'm like, what? She gave Bets a hard time. Bets was trying. But they came out shutting her down, honey. Every time she got the ball, there was somebody in her face.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
that they
All the time.
bitch, it was bumping her and not, it was like, I guess it was frustrating for her because she really could not get in a rhythm. And that was that was just smart from the coach. Let's get them out of their rhythm. Let's get them out of the way. And let's go ahead and take this conference championship.
And they did. And I mean, you can't get into a rhythm. Your team is shot 30-some% from the field the entire night.
Right.
Oh my gosh. The dynamic duo, even though that's not Kiki Irafen, but the dynamic duo did their thing for USC.
Good too, though.
I mean, I think they combined for 47 points. That is more than half of your score.
Right
there.
But but you notice that at the beginning of the season, we weren't getting that. And then once they start to gel and see what they could do together, and Juju, you could still get all your points.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She scored 23 of them 30 in the first half. So they did contain her in the second half. But it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. But you know what? There was a lot of celebs in the house to see this. A lot of celebs.
Both of the Miller siblings.
Oh yeah, Cheryl wearing her USC and Reggie wearing his UCLA jersey. I mean, I think I saw John Legend and comedian Leslie Jones was in the crowd.
Yeah, everybody in that game. All
But
right, so let's move
one
on.
moment though in that game, I think is when UCLA missed their first 8 shots and had two turnovers to start the game,
Then they
in
got in
which
foul.
I will say they never led that game. I'll just point that out too.
Never led.
Mm-hmm.
And they got into foul trouble. But let's move on to K-State and Iowa State. This was kind of an upset, but not an upset because K-State is still missing their big girl. She's out for the year with an ACL. So Iowa State defeats 14th ranked K-State, still without their center, Lee. They played great. Iowa State played great defense, hitting their outside shots. The big girl in the paint was doing her thing, and they didn't have an answer for her.
Say how many points she had. Can we give her credit? She scored 36.
For real?
Yes, she did. Don't
Okay.
y'all folks be sleeping on Audie. I don't know why. I mean, and she's only playing 33 minutes again. She was 14 or 18 from the field. 8 of 11 from the free throw.
She played awesome.
You better give that sophomore her credit since we were talking about sophomores on the last show. Audie Crookshaw.
But her team's not ranked. That's the only thing that's hurting her performance is that, it's not a ranked team.
She's the one that's put Iowa State, their games being played as much as they being played. Last year, she drew attention to Iowa State because I don't think anybody was really paying attention to Iowa State. Now,
no, Iowa then.
Yeah, it was Iowa. Iowa was the takeover. But anyway.
Yeah. I don't have any others. We can run through the scores, but I mean, at this point, people
it wasn't an upset. However, it was a good game, which pretty much concluded the season for all of women's basketball on Sunday, which leads them into their conference tournaments this week.
Right. So everybody's playing in the tournament at some point. Oh, one more I want to share. I got to share.
I'm pretty sure it has to do with the Gamecocks winning their conference tournament. I'm sorry, not the conference tournament, but outright winning, not even outright winning the conference. And this was all to a coin flip, y'all. A coin flip. That's what it boiled down to between those Gamecocks and the Texas Longhorns. A coin flip. Yeah. I'd be upset as a coach if that's what it came down to, but guess what? That's the way it is.
Oh, we forgot one. Let me add it to the stage. Come on.
Maryland basketball. 5 seconds to go. Tied up at 90. TBS. 93-90 from this shot by Sarah Tibiasu.
Amazing.
In case y'all don't know who that is the Maryland Terrapins taking on Ohio State. That is considered an upset because Maryland was ranked at 19 and Ohio State at 12. They won in overtime. Girl, that was a game. Game.
And that 3-pointer is what did it. I mean, you can't do nothing about that. You just don't want to foul.
Yeah. Well,
God.
I think that was the last. So, Selection Sunday is March the 16th. That will, after we're done with all these conferences and we put everybody into these brackets, then, that happens on Selection Sunday. Michelle, you going to fill out a bracket this year?
I'm going to fill out a bracket, and we've already know who our top 16 are in each bracket. We already know UCLA's got the number 1 seed in the Spokane Regional. Texas took the number 1 seed in the Birmingham region. Notre Dame took the number 1 seed in the Birmingham region. And also USC took the number 1 seed in Spokane Regional 3. So pretty much you got UCLA, Texas, Notre Dame, and USC. Those are your number 1s, folks.
Yeah,
Those are your number 1s out of your field of what? 62?
64.
64, field of 64. So those are
Yeah.
your top number 1s right there in each region. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, the plot.
It thickens. But I do want to say, give a shout out to, and we were talking again about our sophomores, Hannah Hidalgo for being named ACC Defensive Player and Player of the Year for the
Right.
ACC. Big ups to her. Give big ups to Hidalgo. She earned that. She earned that.
Oh, what about Juju Watkins?
Juju Watkins, Player of the Year. I mean, that was probably, I know, unanimous right there.
Unanimous. Come on, man.
Unanimous. Her game has spoken for itself. And like I said, this year you could see the big difference. She has grown up a whole lot from
Right.
last year. Last year, I was like, that girl don't pass the ball. Share the sugar. Those were your words. She did not share the sugar last season. She did that.
Oh, sorry. I did
picked up a basketball when you were a little kid. You didn't do it for the fame. You didn't do it for the money. You didn't do it for the accolades. You just did it because you loved to play basketball.
Here comes big money. Here comes big money. I had the ball. I had the ball. And then you found me. No, you found me. Grab my arm.
It's been an incredible journey.
Taurasi is good, and the foul. Diana Taurasi does what she always has, coming through in the clutch.
Getting another one. Run out of fingers. To play this long, you have to have a lot of luck. You have to have a lot of good people around you. You have to have a great family support. And more than anything, you have to be willing to do the work. I've been lucky to have some coaches that really challenged me and really strengthened my belief in hard work. And if you put the time in, good things will happen.
Taurasi for the record! She is number 1 all time in WNBA history.
I never wanted to be or talked about or worked every single day to be the best player in the world. I just try to be the best basketball player that day. And, you know, it's been 20 years of that mindset.
Taurasi, 3. Diana's done it. She is
Okay. All right.
the league's first 10,000-point scorer career.
I want to thank every single coach, every single player, every single person that's put on a WNBA jersey, because it takes a village. And our league is about uplifting each other at every turn. And for everyone who played before this league is where it is now, we're thankful for you guys. And we're thankful for the next generation. If it is the last time, it felt like the first time. I love you guys.
All right.
Hey,
You know, I could not end the show without giving my tribute to DT.
that's it. I mean, she's got 3 NCAA championships, 3 WNBA championships, 6-time gold medalist. That's just some of the accolades that she has under her belt. So, job well done. Job well done. Go out while you on top is what I say.
Exactly.
Go out while you on top.
So, Michelle, what you think? Do you have any unrivaled talk for us today?
Hey, we are in the final week of Unrivaled. Okay, we got the Lunar Owls who are still dominating. They are 11-1. The Rose 7-5. Vinyl, Mist, and Laces are 5-7, and the Phantom are 3-9. So, like I said, we are coming down to the final week.
Wait,
which
wait. Something phenomenal happened this week. You ain't even gonna talk about
go ahead, share the news.
it? Well, as you know, BG got the first dunk this
She
week
did.
in Unrivaled. What they playing the Rose? No,
They were.
they were playing the Rose.
She got the first dunk in
Oh,
Unrivaled. So
I'm
she is the first in Unrivaled history to score a dunk. Pew, 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 pew.
Yep.
And also in WNBA news, and we really should have captured this and posted the picture of our latest new owner of the new Toronto team that will be in 2026. Golf legend, tennis legend Serena Williams is now part owner of the newest WNBA team that will be formed in Toronto. So she can just add another check mark because she already part owner of the Miami Dolphins, if you all did not know. So the fact that we have a Black woman that's just making moves, y'all, doing big things.
She is. Did you hear about her golf facility? It's like virtual golf. Like
Yeah.
she opened up a new facility.
So she's buying into it. She's doing the darn thing. So
And she-
expanding her portfolio.
It's called building generational wealth.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And she is doing just that. Absolutely.
My baby ain't gonna have to worry about nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. That's what you want. That's what you want. Isn't that what our parents wanted for us to not work as hard? But
Yeah.
it don't seem like that's gonna be the case now. We got to work harder. But we're not gonna get into that, y'all.
No.
We're gonna think positively.
Yep. Michelle, that's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got. So, folks, next time we come at you, it'll probably be, again, Selection Sunday. So that's coming up. So have your brackets ready. We're going to discuss brackets. We're going to discuss conference tournament winners, everything you can think of. Okay?
All
That's
right.
all I got, Courtney.
That's all I got. Let's sign it out.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.